there's been a recent shift that has happened. No, not that one. And I'm actually referring to consumers going towards hybrids and plug-in hybrids, but Porsche is doubling down on their EVs. Introducing the new 2026 Porsche Cayenne Electric. This mid-size all-electric SUV that seats up to 5 kicks off Porsche's newest generation of the Cayenne, but instead of replacing the internal combustion engine and plug-in hybrid models, those are still planned to be available, and this EV joins the powertrain lineup with 2 variants, the Cayenne Electric and more powerful and aggressive-looking Cayenne Turbo Electric. In terms of looks, this Cayenne EV is shorter and longer than the combustion engine models and has an almost 5-inch longer wheelbase. It also comes with proper futuristic styling with matrix LED headlights, tail light bar with illuminated Porsche script, and sporty characteristics like a low-slung hood, sculpted fenders, up to 22-inch wheels, frameless doors, 3D side skirts, sloping roofline, and active aero, which helps the Cayenne Electric achieve a slippery drag coefficient of just 0.25. If you fancy going off-road, there will also be a special design package improving the geometry of the lower front fascia. And you can see the additional length on this wheelbase compared to the combustion Cayennes. And when I say active aero, I mean it, because up top, this spoiler goes up, and down below, this flap, it actually pops out. Hey, kind of like Wolverine. And those flaps are exclusive to the Cayenne Turbo Electric variant and deploy above 40 miles an hour, which will probably be lickety-split because this is Porsche's most powerful production vehicle of all time. The base Cayenne Electric can put out up to 435 horsepower and can get from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. However, the Cayenne Turbo Electric has 844 horsepower for normal driving and can achieve up to 1139 horsepower or 850 kilowatts and 1106 pound-feet of torque when using the overboost function. And if you're looking to tow, it can do up to 7,716 pounds when properly equipped. That means this thing could go from 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds, and it has a top speed of 162 miles an hour. Both Cayenne Electric models will include adaptive air suspension and all-wheel drive as standard fare, with turbo models receiving a torque vectoring limited slip differential and available rear axle steering up to 5 degrees for tight low-speed maneuvering or agile high-speed handling. That should make for some athletic driving dynamics, in addition to the Cayenne EV's standard 113 kilowatt-hour skateboard-style battery layout with double-sided cooling and predictive thermal management. There's both J1772, which is AC only, and NACS charge ports. This EV's 800-volt architecture allows for a DC fast charge rate of up to 400 kilowatts and a 10 to 80% state of charge in under 16 minutes. Official range numbers aren't out just yet, but Porsche claims they were able to achieve over 300 miles during testing. And that NACS charge port is on the driver's side for obvious reasons. So when you're pulling into that Tesla supercharger network, you could back this thing right in. And a front-facing camera comes standard, but that's not the coolest part. That's down here. This is a charging induction pad, so when you're pulling into your house, you can use this to charge up your Porsche Cayenne Electric up to 11 kilowatts. And it does a pretty good job, about 90% effective rate, opposed to an AC charger's 95-96% effective rate. And it also has sensors, so it lets you know when something is on top of the pad and it won't get hot. And if your kid's cat or anything in between is around it, it won't hurt anyone. Pretty cool feature. And if you're wondering how to get in the right position for the inductive charging, the infotainment screen will guide you on target so you won't miss it or run it over. And speaking of screens, the Cayenne Electric comes with a 12.25 OLED Flow display with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, great job on not ditching that, accompanied by a 14.25-inch digital instrument cluster. If your passengers are feeling left out of the gadgets, there's also an optional 14.9-inch passenger screen extended from the curved infotainment screen on one piece of glass. The interior layout of this Cayenne Electric looks great. The digital gauge cluster is curved and looks nice and clear, and it's configurable. But let's talk about this curved display right here. And gotta be honest, it's kind of weird operating it with that curve, but it looks nice. It's easy to work, fairly intuitive. The HVAC controls aren't embedded solely in the screen. You have controls right here, and you also have some buttons right here at the lower portion of this infotainment screen. And there's not a lot of gloss black anywhere, which I love. And you have a couple HVAC controls right here, which is fine, and a volume knob. But right below the volume knob, you have your ferry pad. This is what Porsche calls it, and you can just rest your wrist right here while you're cruising down along. And below that, you don't have much storage up top for your sunglasses, so you can just put them down here. There's also a shelf for smaller items if you want to put your phone there or up top. But if you pull this back, that exposes the wireless charger, and you can pull this thing back to expose the cup holders. But if you don't need them, you just have this, your ferry spot right here. You can put small gum or smaller items back here on this shelf, and you can just cruise along. But this new interior, I think it looks great. Some other cool interior features include ambient lighting that changes with the drive modes, a sassy voice command assistant. Hey Porsche, open the front trunk.
Open the trunk by hand, please.
A timepiece on the top of the dash that can be custom made, this window shifter that may look small but it gets the job done, and a large panoramic sunroof with variable light control. And not only can you dim it, you can also choose a pattern on it, and it even opens. I mean, there's normal speed, but this thing opens up. Along with a well-appointed interior that's highly customizable from the stitching to the air conditioning vents, the front seats have integrated headrests with the Porsche logo and a heated steering wheel. There's also a new available surface heating feature for the door panels and inboard armrests for those extra cold mornings. And not only do these seats look good, but they feel good as well. They're highly adjustable. They have a wide range of motion, and I'm 6'4". I can scoot this seat back on its tracks pretty far, but this is pretty much my ideal seating position. And the steering wheel column is highly adjustable as well. And you are surrounded by so many nice soft touch materials, from on top of your dash and this exclusive Turbo Night color to on the armrest, which feels nice. And even the door panels just feel well put together. But let's see if that longer wheelbase translates to some more room in the rear seat seated behind myself. And one additional thing, these are soft closed doors on all 4 doors. Oh, I love that feature. But hopping in, look at this. I got plenty of space. I also have some rear seat vents right here, a coat hanger right here, but I wouldn't hang that because it looks like it's really close to the window. And these seats are actually really supportive, but if you're seating in the middle seat, it's not as fancy. It's kind of flat. And you also have this tunnel to deal with. But if you are seated behind an average height adult, this is a really good situation. And you also have electronic adjustability, so you can scoot it up, recline it, and it can even slide forward. That's insane. Let's check out what they have in the center. Couple cup holders. That looks nice. But one of my favorite features is a 40-20-40 split rear seat, just in case you're going to Aspen and you want to haul some skis, or your tall younger brother is acting up and you want to tape him up and have him go through here. I'm totally kidding. Don't do that. In the rear, there's also USB-C charge ports and a command center for the HVAC controls with heated and ventilated rear seats that will probably cost you extra, as Porsche does, but don't hold me to that. For storage, the rear cargo area has 19.5 cubic feet of space behind the second row seats, and you can fold down those seats, expanding the cargo hold to 56.1 cubic feet. And oh yeah, smaller items. Open the front trunk. Wait, I forgot to show the front. All right, how do you open this? Open the front. Open the front. Hey Porsche, how do I open the front trunk?
Each day I work on getting better at helping you with even more tasks.
I'm done with you. Get a buddy to open the front for you via key fob, head unit, or a hand gesture near the hood for an extra 3.2 cubic feet of storage. Pricing for the base Porsche Cayenne Electric begins at $109,000, and for the more powerful and stylish Cayenne Turbo Electric, that starts at $163,000. There's vast opportunity to customize your very own spec of all-electric Cayenne with 13 standard colors, 9 different wheel options, 12 interior combos with leather-free options, and various interior and accent packages. Also, with Porsche's exclusive Turbo Night color on the Cayenne Turbo EV that's seen on the crest, wheels, and window trim, and extended paint to sample color range, you can have your very own bespoke Porsche, for a fee of course, as Porsche does. When you're ready to trade in your vehicle with this old internal combustion engine and put it towards this, go on KBB.com and get your car's value so you can do just that, or maybe even put it towards a competitor. KBB.com, click that link above for more details. Other premium performance EV SUVs worth checking out include the Cadillac Lyriq V, BMW iX M70, Audi Q6 e-tron, and I'll even throw in the Jeep Wagoneer S for fun. But if you're looking to go Die Route von Porsche, yeah, that's some German for you, there's now this and the smaller Macan Electric. The Cayenne Electric will be built in Europe and begins arriving to dealerships in late summer of 2026. Porsche adds to their Cayenne collection with the Cayenne Electric, and it definitely looks the part. Futuristic in front, cool in back, and it has plenty of space on the inside and plenty of tech. But they say this is pretty fast, but let me determine that when I get to drive it, you guys, right? Right. Thank you. And if you want to check that out, make sure you're subscribed to the Kelley Blue Book YouTube channel for the latest and greatest. You guys wouldn't happen to know how to open up the front trunk, would you?